Let's go straight to the front of the Herald Sun. Now, I think when you think about how today's announcements have gone down, I think the headline, Fortress Australia, really says it all. Border shut to foreigners, $105 billion bazooka-fied rates cut, stop hoarding or face rations, and supersized dole plan. And of course, as you would know, Matty Cunningham, the Herald Sun, which is absolutely devoted to the wonderful game of AFL, which runs a very close second to rugby league as the greatest game in the world, is running on empty, is the headline there, running on empty. And there it is, a photograph of a couple of players at the bounce-off. Is that what it's called, Matt? The bounce-off, where they are... there's no one in the crowd. The front page says foreigners will be barred... Not even close. Foreigners, we'll get to that. Foreigners will be barred from entering Australia from 9 o'clock tonight as Qantas and the federal government work urgently to bring home those still caught overseas. The closure of the nation's border to all non-residents and non-citizens has been ordered by Prime Minister Scott Morrison. This is because 80% of the coronavirus cases so far are imported. Australians on non-essential trips to Tasmania will also be required to self-isolate for 14 days in an extraordinary lockdown of the island state. All right, well, what is it, Matty? It's not a bounce-off. What is it, a bounce-off?
It's the centre bounce, Gleeso, and you know, tonight it looked like they were playing in front of an NRL crowd there at the MC. There were so few people there, but I mean, this is these are extraordinary times that we are living in, mate. I mean, I was talking to my 70-year-old mother tonight, and she was just saying that even in her lifetime, she doesn't remember really anything like this. I certainly don't remember anything in my lifetime like what this nation is grappling with at the moment. The only thing I can think of that comes close is 9/11. But even then, you know, we were almost bystanders from the other side of the globe as a terrible thing was happening. In this case, you know, we're dealing with it right here. We're all sitting here wondering, you know, whether businesses are going to close, whether schools are going to close, you know, whether people are still going to have a job, what the impacts of this coronavirus outbreak are going to be. That's before you even start talking about the potential lives that could be lost as a result of this. You know, these are extraordinary times, and we've seen extraordinary measures in response to these times. I mean, who would have ever thought that there would have been a game of AFL football played at the MCG on opening round in front of no one? Who would have thought that the government would have had to go to such extraordinary measures to keep the economy afloat? Who would have thought that the government would have had to close our borders to anyone from outside? There's just times, you know, today is an extraordinary day. It's been an extraordinary week, and certainly nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime.
And in fact, the front page headline in the Australian, Matty, is extraordinary times. We'll get there shortly. Before we go to you, Brianna, let's have a look at the latest today. Australia's about to go into lockdown, closing its borders to all foreign nationals from Friday night. The unprecedented decision has been made to protect Australians from the coronavirus outbreak.